Now we're gonna get into this Oklahoma video with this frat house, and y'all know I'm gonna get hyped on that. Let me see if we can play this video without, because it's been kind of hard. Yeah. See, anyway, we can't even play the sound.
even your.
Okay. Now he was basically saying no. That's just a video of him. He was saying no.
Down the bus going to a formal event. As you can see, the man's wearing
Got a
tuxedo.
tuxedo.
They going to a formal, fraternity event. Got the girlfriends on the bus and all this kind of stuff. And they're saying to themselves, there'll never be an SAE. You can hang him from a tree, but he can never sign with me. There'll never be an SAE.
Never be another what?
There'll never be a nigga in SAE.
That's what he said. Why you wasn't saying it? It ain't like you can't say.
I know, I'm bleeping my own self out. Because he shouldn't say that shit. And then they're going to take it and put it to a child song. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're
happy. But that's what makes them happy.
Putting a nigga in a tree makes them happy.
That's what made it so bad, because not that there would never be a black, because everyone got organizations, even whether they say it verbally, that you know.
Well, the thing of it is, SAE is a huge organization. There are black members.
I know.
There are black members.
Yeah, but there are organizations that do not have it. But what gets me is that part right there. So, okay, he said the N-word or whatever, but he went back in history with some lynching.
You can hang him from a tree. And
I tell you, man. What is he?
That's funny.
Kramer from Seinfeld or something?
I mean, what they want to host a SAE picnic, literally.
I mean, what do they get from that? What do people get from sitting there amongst there? See, I never joined a frat. See, because there was a fraternity when I was in college that wanted me to join, and one brother, he was pretty persistent or whatever, right? And I was like, dude, look, motherfucker.
Is that the way you said it? Look,
I might not have said it back then. I was not too long ago, but it was a while back. So I says, man, look, man, if I wanted to join a damn gang, I would have stayed in my neighborhood. I mean, they throwing up gang signs, wearing colors and stuff. Fraternities, these Greek fraternities, black Greeks. What the hell is all that? Black Greeks. Come on, man. Now, I know it's networking. I get that aspect and all that, but I've just never been a group person. I've never needed someone else to survive. I can get girls on my own without the group. Some dudes got to join something to get the girls. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I mean,
did you join a fraternity when you was in school?
I did not join a sorority. I mean a
fraternity. Yeah, sorority.
Yeah, I did not. Kind of like yours. There was a sorority that was very interested. Of course, who wouldn't be interested in me? I'm great.
You're funny.
I am. And I sincerely thought about it. And I can understand how people would join a fraternity or sorority, especially in college. They're off on their own for the first time. You got that group dynamic. You got a group that you think is doing good things that's going to benefit you after college. And organizations, whoop-de-whoop. So I'm not going to dog you for joining a fraternity or sorority, even though that wasn't the move for me, because I felt like I'm just too great to pay for you to pay an organization for you to be my friend.
You're funny. So I guess this goes on in a lot of these fraternities, because like you were saying earlier, there was a fraternity on that one show when they did the little skit where the fraternity went in blackface.
Right.
That's done happen a lot of times. Even on the University of Auburn, that happened. They had a party when it was frat and they came dressed as the Klan.
Right.
But the media. Now, we all know, and I get into this, the difference between black and white, because we all know there's a difference in terms of how the media is going to treat it. And then that means how the people are going to perceive it. So what the response is all the time? Oh, they're just young college kids, drunk, having fun. Like Lindsay Lohan, she got out there and get drunk. Oh, she's young. She's a wild party girl and all that. A black sister do the same thing. She's a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? She's detrimental to society. So it's these dudes getting together, that's a damn gang. far as I'm concerned, I don't care if they in college or whatever. You getting together, they can be considered a terrorist group.
Well, they obviously were creating a very hostile.
Who knows? They can be running this country.
A very hostile situation. But my take on it is even how it got to be such a big deal, how the media has really taken and run with it, I think has to do with the history of it, because it's the only fraternity organization in America that got its start in the South, in the antebellum South, like right before the Civil War.
Oh, that fraternity.
And, started on University of Alabama campus. So.
No wonder it's race in that motherfucker.
No, don't say that.
Good Lord.
Things change. But this is
Oklahoma. Oh, go ahead.
You funny. No, this was, I heard this little history lesson and I thought it was hilarious. One of the founders, Leslie Devotee, Noble Leslie Devotee was one of the founders of SAE.
Right.
And they like to claim that he was the first person to die in the Civil War. Now, that might sound noble to a Confederate. But anyway, I
bet they protected his gravesite.
Probably so. But let me tell you how he died. He was boarding one of the steamships and he fell off and bumped his head and drowned. 2 months before the war started. Now, 2 months before the war started, but he's the first casualty of the war.
So he died 2 months before the war started.
But he's
maybe they was talking about because the war started on paper, because you got to get all the paper, you got to get all the approvals and all that.
Yeah.
So as soon as the president signed, that motherfucker tripped and fell on a banana, and then bam.
Bam. That was it. He fell and bumped his head. But see, this is the kind of twistedness that if it wasn't for stories like that and the fact that it started in the South, I don't think that it would even become a big story because, like you said, this kind of thing happens in fraternities all the time.
And it's a typical, you're right, because it's a good typical racist media story.
But it's a way to push it into the South. It's
right.
Not American.
They always want to push these type of stories where the defendant, the person that's being racist, is put in a position where they can apologize. So,
they did. Right.
It's not like real racism. It's just words, it's like, oh, I didn't mean it in my heart. And, they can come out like, they never make the story where the dude, the skinheads or the gangbangers in LA was driving around shooting innocent black people, just getting in their cars. They never make that the big story. I mean, we talk about it every damn week. Every week there's going to be race stories. That's why we here Behind the Media, okay? But they don't make that the big story. What becomes the big story? The little fraternity dudes. They trying to condition us to make us think racism is some kind of innocent goofball party.
It only happens if you're drunk.
Yeah. They were drunk in
like
this
in
tuxedo.
They were drinking.
What kind of fucking shit is that?
But this isn't the first time. Like this whole
hells to the no.
No, not just for that and that, but the whole sorority has like this history of like they actually had to stop pledging because their pledgees die regularly.
Oh, they do.
Oh yeah, they had you had in '97 in LSU they had a member die from alcohol. That's
another thing. Why would you do all that? That's like jumping in a gang and shit. Hazing ain't no different than jumping in, getting jumped in a gang. Come on.
Same thing. Alcohol poisoning. And, but they were proud of this one particular member because even though that one person died, he personally saw 12 of his frat brothers passed out and dying. And so he took them to the hospital.
Oh, he did.
He was such a hero. Then we got, the original chapter there at
great.
University of Alabama. They're not. Even though it started there, they're not on Alabama's campus anymore. Because in 1988, they got caught up on cocaine trafficking charges.
The fraternity.
Yeah, this fraternity, same fraternity.
That dude on the bus that was leading that, he looked like he was, oh, am I stereotyping them? Oh, I'm so wrong. Oh, I shouldn't do that.
And then, of course, there's like all frats have rapes and sexual abuse and drinking
every time
and beating people all the way from Alabama
and it gets pushed
Yale.
under the rug, just like they're just young and having fun and they're just college guys. They doing more hideous stuff than that we know about. That's just what came to the light.
Right.
That just happened to get caught on somebody's phone. Imagine what these fools is doing when they know camera on their ass.
There it is.
Okay, and you wonder why black college graduates like from Yale and Harvard and any college in this can't find a job and they got a master's degree. What kind of shit is that? Okay, and you want to tell us, oh, the country is great. And I always say America's not great. It's got the potential to be great, but it's never reached greatness to me. Huh?
The level of greatness that it could.
No, it has the potential to be the greatest thing since whatever, but it's never been there. And the reason why a lot of white people walk around like it's so great is because they don't know the truth about America. They think they get the truth from Bill O'Reilly or Rush Limbaugh. But they puppets like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson just to split us all up. What kind of shit is that?
Keep you in a perpetual cycle of stupidity.
Yeah. I mean, when I was in college and I was a doorman at this club and a guy came in and, you know, that's when hip hop was, you know, they was playing some hip hop in the 90s or whatever. And a dude came in and when he walked in, he really didn't see me. He says, oh, damn, they playing that nigger rap again. And he seen me and he's like, and then I don't know if he was joking or serious or whatever. He says, what you going to do, call your Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton? I looked at that motherfucker. That pissed me off more than the N-word.
Yeah.
like, cause I got mad at him. Like, you that fucking dumb. You think every black person follow Al Sharpton and Jesse? You dumb piece of shit.
Well, when you said that just reminded me. You know, right after that, there's the dorm mother, little white hair.
Oh, I seen her.
You saw?
She used the N word. Somebody mixed her words on the YouTube, and she was saying, "Huh,
nigga." But she's.
Hey, remember that one teacher? What did he say? What that one teacher said?
Can you lend a nigga a pencil?
Huh? What did he say?
Can you lend a nigga a pencil?
Okay, ain't that sad?
It's all part of the formula. It's the secret formula to keep you in the perpetual cycle.
So you saying they got a secret sauce?
Well, they did until you decoded it, Mr. Scientist.
That is the greatest. That's why they call me nerdy, because I went to the whiteboard and I figured out the problems of America deep in these codes right here. There's deep.
The big racist theory.
And it's one more box missing. So I'm going to let the audience out there figure out.
Now, just in case they can't see it, won't you gonna explain this diagram?
That's the word America, going into the word media.
Okay,
going into the word stereotypes, coming down to the word dummies, then to they know that word. They don't even. Okay. They can be blind as Stevie Wonder. They'll know that word.
So what you're saying is America has created a system of doing things. That's just its normal way of doing things. And then the media plays the bits and pieces that they want to, which creates stereotypes.
How else could someone be in college singing, he's never going to be with some niggas?
When what is it, like 70-80% of the college population are African American?
And the football team, did you see? Listen, look at this.
That can still be
the
there
football
with
team.
It's just appalling. Well, Thursday,
what's even amazing, the football team
athletes released a statement saying
they're going around
how the university
look at that. We shall overcome. We shall. Man.
What you want the football team to do?
That's a good song,
shotgun?
but that song, you know what? Sometimes when I hear that song.
But think about it though. The song itself, those people didn't sing it because that's what they were telling those other people. They were singing it to calm themselves down for the fear that they was facing.
Yeah.
So
it made them feel good. But see, that's the problem. They want to be comfortable. You can't be comfortable when somebody. You know what gets me? It's like if someone's holding you underwater, right? And they holding you underwater, you're trying to get up. They holding you underwater, you're trying to get up. And then when they finally let you up, you don't come up like this. Oh, thank you very much. You know, you coming up, motherfucker. You know you coming up. You know, but they want to come up. We shall overcome. What the hell is going on?
I wonder if they use that song. You know, another one of the infractions I remember looking at SAE did was they said they were involved in music torture, the same kind that they used in like
they were saying that?
Guantanamo Bay and stuff. I wonder if they used that song.
I wonder if they did.
Because what would happen if somebody locked you in a room?
Or the Ray Charles song, or God bless. No, that ain't Ray Charles.
No, that's
How does Ray Charles song go?
That was Louis Armstrong, what you was doing.
Oh, how does the Ray Charles song go? Because that song gets me, though. I get emotional about
Georgia?
it. Georgia. Oh, that's a good song.
And he was kicked out of Georgia.
And he was. He's sweet Georgia.
See? Thank you, Jamie Foxx. We would have never known that if it hadn't been for Jamie Foxx. Anyway.
Well, that's what Hollywood.
Because it's not in the history books. And Hollywood is all about educating.
Hollywood is great. They are. We ain't taking them down. We're going to bring them up. We're going to uplift. I can't even say uplift.
See, you sound like
uplift.
You sound
Hollywood.
like TMZ. We love Hollywood. We just have a funny way of showing it.
Yes. That's going to be a motto. That's TMZ motto.
Yeah.
Damn. We can't jack that. We can't jack that.
We can't jack it, but we can quote them. We gave them credit. That's not plagiarism.
I thought they said celebrities. Didn't they say we love celebrities, but we just have a funny way of showing it?
No, but you can. I think they said.
I'm gonna work that. I'm gonna work my magic, and I'm gonna come up with a slogan like that.
You're funny.
That mug is.
Just get them folks their credit.
Okay. That was fun.